Bagotsi ba botlhokwa. Are they? I'd like to talk to you about the conversations of friends. We have many different kind of relationships with people. Some are acquaintances, friends, close friends, and BFs, best friends, and BFFs. You know, the categories differ, also depending on how much of yourself you're willing to share with other people. But most importantly, I'd like to ask you today, would you befriend yourself, knowing the type of person that you are? What about your folks? Whenever you brought a new friend home and your mom or your dad were like, I don't like that one, only for them to actually be right. Are you a good judge of character? Do you need friends? Is there a need for you to grow with friends or carry them throughout your entire life? That is exactly what we're talking about today. And I'd like to move over and get right into the different kinds of friendships. First on our list is friendships of utility. It means that, let me put it this way. Have you ever had a friend at the workplace? Like, you know, our favorite IT guy, that guy you befriend because whenever you have any technological issues, you know you're gonna call Sipo or Jan, who's gonna help you quickly because you got him on WhatsApp and you already have a relationship with them. Yep. Those are friendships of utility. This is when you befriend someone because there's an exchange in terms of either services, some kind of help. You know, they have a skill that you particularly don't have. So therefore, you are able to use each other in a positive way to be able to enrich your lives. Secondly, are friendships of pleasure. This is usually activity-based, and a lot of gents have a lot of friendships of pleasure because this is where you would go out for sports or for musical concerts or any outing that is very social. This relationship is usually governed by the interests that you have in common, and therefore it helps you build your relationships. On the same topic of friendships of pleasure could easily be added bosom buddies. You know, friendships with benefits, because you identify in someone, hey, this girl is really cool, she dresses nice, and I like her flirtatious manner. And because you can identify that in her, it's easy to interchangeably move between socially hanging out with them and also privately hanging out with them. Lastly, on the list of the types of friendships are friendships of the good, which means that you have a mutual respect and understanding of each other. You guys generally have the same goals and, visuals as well as values, most importantly. And that is what governs the relationship. This is when you're able to call out your friend and say, hi, Mngani. I don't think that your behavior was fitting for that particular moment. You know, where you can have difficult conversations with the person and they're not going to feel like you're attacking them, nor do they feel like they have to be defensive. These relationships are the kinds that we keep for a very long time in our lives. And for the most part, these are the relationships that women keep because they get to bond over the sharing of feelings and emotions and some of the more private things that they experience in their lives. I'd like to share with you a video that I saw on social media of a son and his dad. So the son was about to get married. So he gave a list of his great friends, amazing acquaintances, and the people that he cherished in his life. His dad thought of a very interesting way of how to invite these people. So here comes the wedding day, and literally a handful of people showed up. The son got very upset with his dad. But Papa, I gave you a list of my friends. Why didn't you call them? His dad's response was, I did. I said to them that you were going through something very difficult in your life and you needed their support. And I gave them an address and a time that they should meet at. And these are the people that showed up. Of all your friends, do you know the people that would come out for you when you are in need, going through a difficult time? Or do you have the type of friends that make you go through difficult time, that make you realize that you actually stand alone? There are certain toxic traits that our friends have. Some of them could be bad-mouthing us to other people or bad-mouthing other people to us. For the most part, we love to share secrets, gossip amongst our best friends. But at what point is too much? Where you can actually see that, hang on, if my friend can talk about this to me, about our other friend, what are they saying about us to their other friends? Right? It begs the really difficult questions that are you a good judge of character as much as you think you are? Or have you placed your trust in the wrong hands, on people who actually just show face in your life, but don't necessarily want to safeguard you and the relationships you keep? Some of the other toxic traits that you can find in friendships are when you start realizing that I'm starting to avoid this person. Anytime they call me because they need something or something has gone wrong, and like they know I'm a person who loves helping out because that's just the person I've portrayed to my friends. But now they expect you to leave everything and come out for them. Whereas you can count on your fingers how many times you've called out and reached out for them, but they weren't necessarily available to you. Also, how close are your close friends? How best is your best friend? And how BFFs are you with your best friend forever? These are questions that you need to sit with because they're the ones that make you realize that sometimes we carry dead weight. We can't go through all of our lives with the same friendships we kept in high school or primary. You're fortunate if you do, because people grow. People change. The world around us forces us to change. Some of us don't have the emotional maturity to know how to separate the worldly troubles from the relationships we keep with our friends. Sometimes we don't even know how to forgive each other when things go wrong in the relationships we keep. Sometimes we're quick to blame others for the things that go wrong, not realizing our contribution to the things that actually fall apart. So today I'd like to ask you, would you, my dear, would you befriend yourself? It's really important to also think and consider that we come from different homes. We are taught differently how to love and care for one another. So sometimes when you might think that your friend is being a bad friend, you may actually miss out on an opportunity to educate them about how to treat others. I'm not saying that you should let people walk all over you, but you can discern and you can tell the difference. And also, you get to try and help a person out once, twice, 3 times. But then you start realizing that it has become a pattern. So when that happens, make sure that you also step out of the relationship, draw back, pull back, reassess. Are things exactly what I think they are? Am I in the friendship that I think I'm in? And if there's room to help each other improve, rather take it than not. There are people that can fill a room and make you feel like you have so many friends. Yet, if something goes wrong, you're left in that big room on your own. And it's become sad and heartbreaking at that time because it's a reality that you weren't planning on being faced by. That has been my conversation with you on friendships. Let each relationship teach you what it needs to, whether it's about yourself or about other people. Either way, you get the choice of whether you want to remain or to go. Thokozani.